Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Bob Phibbs, the retail doc. I just wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever had a salesman or a saleswoman, salesperson, greet you with dollar signs in their eyes? Do you know what that feels like? I walked into a store the other day, and the guy was so conditioned that as soon as I walked in, hi, can I help you find something? It was like, boom. And then he asked me a bunch of questions. Well, what are you looking for? Have you seen this? Are you looking for that? And he was just trying to, what we call, tie me down. It's just a creepy process where the customer, the shopper, feels like you are just a piece of meat to be dealt with and then move on. We often think of this when we think of used car salesmen, that it's just so corny and cheesy and just yucky. And how does it happen? It starts because we're basically inside desperate. I can tell you that I my years in working in retail, and I worked the long hours of 60-hour works in retail because I worked on commission and bonus. And basically, you don't eat if you don't produce. You know, my the owner used to say, "You're only as good to me as your last sale." It's like, holy crap, brutal. But there's a lot of truth to that. So I get that, but it's a lazy way to sell, which is, what the hell are you looking for? It's over here. Need anything else? Boom, I'm on to the next one. And that transactional basis is just what's killing so many retailers right now, because we're being told this crap that all anyone wants to do is to go into a store and get out, and all anyone wants to be is stay healthy, and they just don't want to spend any time in. If that's true, they're not in a store. They're online. They're on their phone. They're in your store. We are craving human contact. In fact, there was a story out yesterday in the New York Times about how much it is costing us not actually touching anybody or having communications. And we are hungry for that. So this idea that lazy should be rewarded, that this aggressive, just close them and get them what they want and get out, is just wrong. And the other problem with that is that because you don't have a sales process, your employees think that's the right way to go because they're worried about their own health, or they're afraid they're not making commission. So they think it's a numbers game too. And I'm telling you, everybody else is telling you that you need to, get them in and get them out quick. And I'm telling you the opposite. The goal is still going to be, how do I open my heart to another human being? Notice how I just lifted my whole self up? That's my selling process. If I'm in peak mode, if I'm actually approaching that I'm going to open my heart to somebody, it's a different view. And I'm just curious, why today did they walk into my store? Why today? And if you're an entrepreneur, you're watching this on LinkedIn, why today did they call me? And if I'm just curious and I just pull back from that, but I've got to make the sale, if I just pull back and allow a little space to be a human being talking to another human being, then the world opens up to you. And I'm telling you that is the way forward. So a lot of you follow a lot of different people and you listen to a lot of different podcasts, and I think most of it goes in one ear and out the other, and you're hungry for the information. But when it really comes down to it, you have to have a selling process. You have to know, just like a movie, how does the scene open? The analogy I'm using with a lot of my sales RX clients right now is quite simply the greeting is in the movie. Like when you sit down in the movie and it comes up Paramount, that's all a greeting is. It tells you the sale has started. It doesn't have to be something that is canned and strange. It's really just welcoming. It's just good morning. That's it. Oh, but I think that's canned. Well, when we interface with most people in the world, we say good morning. We pick up the phone, hi, whatever it's going to be. There's something we always say. It's the least important and yet the most important. It just says the movie started. Good morning, opening your heart to another human being. But when you start it from, how am I going to make this sale? And how much is that guy? Look at that guy's shirt. Looks like I should be able to. You're dead. When you approach me with dollar signs in your eyes, when you're trying to look at closing me, and you've used everything you used since the 1950s from people who weren't trained, and you don't really understand that I've got to make somebody else's day before they're going to make mine, I think you're in deep doo-doo, as they say. So that's it. Desperation is being rewarded right now, and we're being told this crap that we need to make our stores more like online. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to wait on the energy vampire and have them go on about how their life sucks and they were here and somebody wasn't this or somebody did this and the election that. And I don't want to hang out with the energy vampires. I certainly don't want to have them on my sales floor, right? They need to be able to pivot conversations. But just understand the big money, and you luxury retailers who follow me, I'm talking to you, because your salespeople a lot of times are no better or worse. They're either that standoffish, aloofish, felon pose, hands behind their back. Let me know if I can serve you in some way. That's exactly how they sound. Or you're in that molto aggressive, I've told this story a couple of times going into I'm not wearing one today, but I'm known for my novelty shirts that I get from a particular brand. And when I walked into their store in Las Vegas, this one guy was like, "Did you see these we just got in? Did you see these we got in? Oh, and those are 20% off." And I'm like, dude, seriously, like just leave me something alone. Because obviously I had one of their shirts on, so you could infer that this is one of our customers. And at that point, it would be to engage me in a different way than to think you're going to pound and pound and pound me. And funny, they have 2 locations. One I never shop at because that guy and their manager are in that same ilk and think that works. And the other one, which is a much better mall store, where the assistant manager knows me. We get in. He does everything I teach in Sales RX because he gets it. It's about being human in an increasingly technological world. And I look forward to being able to someday going back to Las Vegas. I know it's going to happen soon. I think my most recent proposal was for me to come to Vegas in May. So those of you who are going to be coming to Vegas earlier, I look forward to doing it. But make no mistake, this isn't about me. I just want to share what I think is true in the world. And if you believe that we should be more human in an increasingly technological world, then I think you're going to be able to lead a team in a new way, in a better way, because there's no mystery to what makes us bond with a person and bond with a brand is being more human. And what turns us off is that old style, the old way somebody used to throw their hand into you. "Hi, I'm Bob, and you're..." Just stop. Ugh. Just be more human. Let's get rid of the dollar signs in the eyes. Let's go through and find our way and develop a sales process. And if you want to know more, do you want to know how to actually be a better salesperson, then for gosh sakes, you should check out Sales RX, my online retail sales training program, where I take 30 years of knowledge and put into bite-sized lessons where 84% of our users report a double-digit increase in 6 months. I'm telling you, COVID's not going to go away anytime soon. But the media hype over all the digital tools, and we need to make it more like a kiosk, and we need to be able to do this, is really just another way to say, we want people to get the hell in and get the hell out. And when that happens, you're going to miss the big fish, because guys like me, you treat me like that, I am out. And how many of you agree with me? Do you think it's a relationship business? Do you think it's a transaction business? Because you're being judged right now. Which is it? If you're a transaction business, then you have pretty much defaulted to get in and get out. What do you want? Get out. Hardware stores are known for this as well, because hardware stores, we're just being helpful. They just want to get in and out. Not really. I actually have a life outside of you right now, hardware person, and maybe I'm building a deck and I came in for nails. So when you say, "What can I get you?" I'm looking for nails. Aisle 15. We're great. It's like, dude, you suck. Because all I ended up getting was the nails. Maybe I should have known that I probably should. I just have a deck that was redone 2 years ago, I think. And it's all rotted out because the contractor didn't think, we should probably put a waterproofer on there and we should take steps because it's going to be exposed to rain. Do you think I would have, if somebody just told me that, I probably would have been open for more suggestions? You better believe it. But we got to get them in and out. That's all everybody wants, is in and out. Telling you, the way is, if you open your heart to another human being, you're just curious about the project. You're curious about the gift buyer. You're curious about who they're getting the gift from. The world opens up to you. And then when instead of waiting on people, you're caring for people. And when you're caring for people, you know what happens? They open their wallets. They tell their friends, you're a success. You're living the life. But if you're struggling, if your brand is struggling right now, I encourage you to check out retaildoc.com. I work with some of the biggest, best brands in the world on how do I become more authentic in an increasingly inauthentic world where technology is driving everything and we're being told it's all about click and collect. And I'm telling you, there's not much money in click and collect and curbside. The more you have to touch it and do the work a customer should do, the more margin you're giving up. And if you're there then piling on discounts and promotion after discounts and promotion, you're pretty much chasing your tail in a game of musical chairs where the last chair is about to be pulled out from you because customers are not responding to that. What they are responding to is people opening their hearts and developing a relationship. So hopefully that's a slap upside the head today on the difference between a transaction and a relationship business and retail that is so important. And if you agree with what I say, then put it in comments down below. Give me some thumbs up, give me some applause, because I'm just doing this to serve you. You know, most of you out there are hungry for this knowledge and you're being sold a bill of goods of what works and what doesn't work. I'm telling you, there is no mystery to how the human mind works. What is a mystery is, why the hell aren't more people doing it? So if you're interested, check out salesrx.com or send me an email or give me a comment or a like. But let's change the future of retail, this silly narrative that no one's going to be shopping in a store. We are hungry to go back to a store. And for me as a customer to walk into your store and you have dollar signs in your eyes, shame on you. I'm Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc. Join me next time when I'm going to be ranting about retail and telling you how to lift up the retail environment. Thanks. Have a great weekend.